Yeah, it's so intertwined that it's kind of like doing brain surgery where, you know, the danger of cutting something bad, say, no, sorry, there's nothing I can do about this. We just got to let it run its course. And the course it's got to run is to scrap the IPCC.
Yeah, I mean, the UN is a group of criminals. They're constantly caught in child sex slave rings, money for oil scams. I mean, it's just a group of degenerate scum. More calls straight ahead. Final segment with Dr. Tim Ball. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't just let these internal emails come and go. I mean, we have the code they use in the climatology models where, again, there's notes by the programmers. Here's how you make the fraud work. Here's how you make colder temperatures look higher. Here's how we do it. I mean, that's all. And there's thousands of pages. More and more is being analyzed now. It's getting worse by the minute. And imagine if other people inside institutions start leaking stuff. I mean, this could really bring them down, couldn't it, Doctor?
Oh, absolutely. And of course, as I said, this core at the CRU, and that's why I think it was hacked, or at least I think that it's a whistleblower, because I think somebody inside, and there are some comments in some of the emails saying, you know, should we really be doing this? Isn't this going a bit too far? So clearly there were some people in there with a little bit of conscience, and I suspect that one of them saw Copenhagen looting and these things being completely globally institutionalized, and said, no, I've got to get this stuff out there. So,
yeah, because I've talked to a lot of environmentalists. They go, okay, carbon dioxide isn't bad, but we've got to do this to develop new technologies. We've got to lie. And I think a lot of them are going, man, global government run by Ken Lay, who set this up? What? I mean,
yeah, he's the reason that, partially the reason, the main reason, actually, you could argue, that California is in such trouble, because he talked them into all their energy policies. And so that's a great part of the difficulty.
Let's take another call. John in Ohio, you're on the air with Dr. Tim Ball. Go ahead.
Is there a possible correlation between the timeline of J. Rockefeller stating the Internet should never have existed and when the BBC first got the information that the climate info was hacked and they refused to talk about it?
You know, that did happen around the same time.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. And of course, what we're seeing here is the value of the Internet, because up until that really came on the scene, information, which we've always known was power, was initially controlled by the monarchies and so on, and then, of course, the establishment of the U.S. and democracy and the whole Fathers of Confederation saying, no, everything's got to be available to everybody, and everybody's got to have some input to it. But that really didn't materialize until the Internet came out there. And it's really the true democratization of information.
Yes.
And so Rockefeller realized that and realized how important it was to control it. I agree.
And they're now announcing they plan to incrementally shut it down. Anything else, Don?
We know exactly what day it was released to the BBC, and they refused it?
About 6 weeks ago.
September the 12th, I believe, was the date.
When?
I stand to be corrected on that, but I believe that was date. You could check on Climate Depot, DEPOT, Climate Depot with Mark Morano. He's got the date on there on that story.
They say 5 weeks ago, so that's about 6 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
You know, rumors of this were floating around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then it was confirmed Friday. Because I remember seeing blurbs, this stuff's been hacked. We were like, is this real? And then I just want to salute the people that got this out, whether they're hackers or leakers. Gregory in Indiana, you got about 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Thanks, Alice. Thanks, Alice, for taking my call. I just got a question for Dr. Ball. If these guys were to get charged, where would the jurisdiction be in the courts? Would it be in the U.S. or in Brussels, in the international court?
Well, we don't want the UN doing it. It'd be local law.
It occurred in the UK, but some of the people involved are outside of the UK. Michael Mann, for example, is at Penn State, and somebody said it should be State Penn, but he's at in the U.S. So, yeah, possibly, and certainly because of the involvement of the United Nations making it global, maybe the World Court is the venue. But the difficulty is the World Court hasn't got a particularly good track record either.
Yeah, they're run by the same people.
Yeah.
Dr. Tim Ball, I want to get you back up again in the next few weeks. Have a great weekend coming up, a great Thanksgiving. God bless you for your courage in the face of these criminals. You have come out smelling like a rose. We salute your courage.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you for the opportunity to get my word out.